So you're telling me when NewJeans was singing about oh my god, they were actually talking about God?
땡땡 코코트.
So Hybe's being accused of being part of a cult and using their groups to promote that cult's messages, and Minhyun's the hero fighting against it? I really didn't think this Hybe and ADOR feud could get any weirder. As we all know by now, there have been a lot of back and forths between Hybe and ADOR, between Park Si-hyuk and Minhyun, but in the most recent update, it seems that Hybe is being accused of being part of a cult. And in this tweet that went super viral with over 65 million views as of filming, there's a lot to look into, from the specificities of Gfriend's disbandment date to Minhyun seemingly trying to fight against this cult-like messaging. We have so much to look into today, so I hope you enjoyed this episode of K-pop Investigations, where we take a specific subject and do a bit of a deep dive into it, this being part 3 in this Hybe versus ADOR series. So I hope you're enjoying it so far. I've been enjoying looking into this alongside of you, and you guys seem to enjoy the deep dives as well. So hey, if you're interested in the nitty-gritty details, then please keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. Okay, so like I said, the original thread detailing this accusation has 65 million views, probably more now. Let's take a little look. This morning it was at 65 million, now it's at 69 million. But it's super important to note that this isn't exactly new news. This has kind of been a known thing for years now, but it's being resurfaced because of all this back and forth. But I will put a disclaimer: I am not personally accusing any of the idols and or companies mentioned of being part of a cult, and you guys absolutely have to take these accusations with a grain of salt as well. And with that, I'm covered legally. Okay. So what is this alleged cult, and what does it have to do with Hybe? So the founder of this alleged cult, we're saying alleged because it's really rare that if a cult is actually a cult that they would come out and say, hey, we're a cult actually. It's usually other people accusing an institution of being a cult rather than that institution considering themselves a cult, because it's you know, we understand that's not a really good thing, right? Just so that's clear. But the founder of Dahn World considers himself, according to his website, a New York Times bestselling author, an innovative leader in brain potential development, and a dedicated advocate for a peaceful, sustainable world. It goes on to talk about how he developed brain education, which is a mind training method that helps people create their own health, happiness, and peace, and use it for the benefit of all, which we will see more of this brain education a little bit later on. But he's been accused of promoting pseudoscience and of course being part of a cult. But how is Hybe connected to this? So the founder of Dahn World is also the founder of GCU, which is the Global Cyber University. What is GCU known for? They are known for being the BTS university, as 6 members of BTS have attended the university. Now if we go on the website for this university, under why GCU, it clearly says BTS University. Global Cyber University is promoting Hallyu culture or K-culture worldwide. Global Cyber University is known as BTS University abroad. 6 of 7 BTS members who are becoming global sensations have been Global Cyber University students, those being RM Suga, J-Hope, Jimin, V, and Jungkook. So why is this so important? Actually, a lot of people are saying that this really isn't important at all. Like, sure, the university is using BTS's name and their image as well. You'll actually see some pictures of BTS on the website as well. But they're saying it's not super important because actually a lot of idols have attended this university. It seems that members of Uptension, members of ATEEZ, even members of TXT have either attended or are currently attending the university. So there's some people who are like, they're really just trying to drag BTS's name through the mud, with Big Hit even sharing a statement about taking legal action to protect BTS's rights. So of course they're not making specific mention to the ties to the university and the university's ties to the alleged cult and the alleged cult's ties to Hybe, but they just basically say it has come to our attention that organizational efforts aimed at tarnishing and slandering the artist have escalated in recent weeks. Furthermore, malicious attempts to defame, humiliate, and ridicule the artist or spread rumors and groundless information have become excessive. So of course this is a severe violation to the artist's rights and they will take legal measures. You know the drill by now. But again, this actually isn't the first time that this is being brought up by fans. While researching this, I found a post on Reddit from 4 years ago where someone's pointing out how the university is using BTS's name and image to promote them. Is Global Cyber University, BTS University, legit or some kind of... Oh my god, what if I can't say that word in this video? Do I have to sense... God damn it. As I mentioned before, it also seems some TXT members also have some ties to the university. And there's actually a post from 2021 titled please save TXT from a cult. So in this video in particular, you see two members have an emblem on them. They're wearing hanboks with an emblem on them. And according to that blog post from 2021, the three-legged crow ornament signifies Dahn world because in 2010, E ran a brisk business of selling chi, channeling ornaments, and one of the ornaments were in the shape of a three-legged crow. So this blog is saying that because the two members who are attending the university have those emblems on them, that Hybe is trying to send subliminal messages about Dahn world. Would dressing the two Dahn world-based CGU attending members in the three-legged crow hanboks make us uncomfortable or not? Damn Dahn world, wait, no, damn you Hybe effers. But this article in particular goes on to say that the three-legged crow isn't specific to Dahn world, and we're going to see this a lot in this video, that yes, there are associations of specific symbols to Dahn world, but Dahn world didn't necessarily invent these symbols. So it's like, is it an association to Dahn world, or does Dahn world just also happen to use those symbols? The three-legged crow, though, isn't exclusive to Dahn world. It is a mythological creature present in East Asian cultures, and therefore not out of the ordinary to be embroidered on a hanbok. So those are some of the previous accusations that have been known for a while now, but that are now being brought up once again. But what about this tweet that has 69 million, probably 75 million views by the time this is uploaded? Well, this tweet makes mention of Gfriend. So Gfriend, of course, under Source Music, but it's important to keep in mind that Source Music wasn't always under Hybe. Source Music was its own entity. But then Hybe bought Source Music, and so Gfriend's last comeback was under Source Music, who was under Hybe. And Gfriend's last song under Source Music, who was under Hybe, was called Mago. So it's said that within this alleged cult that they worship Mago, who is a goddess in Korean creation myths. She is known as the Great Goddess, a creatrix, a ruler of the first age of Korean history, the age of Mago. So this is another thing where Dahn world didn't create Mago, they didn't invent Mago. Now he did apparently put up a Mago statue in Arizona and founded the Mago Earth Park. So here's a picture of that, but the statue has since been taken down. But Lee continued to base a lot of his activities out of the area where the energy vortexes served as its main tourist attraction. So the fact that Gfriend's last song is called Mago seems to have a connection to Dahn world, but of course that's not it, because their last album as well, where Mago was the title track, is called Walpurgis Night. So what does Walpurgis refer to? It's essentially a holiday that has the goal of keeping evil at bay to ward off evil spirits. In Sweden, typical holiday activities include the singing of traditional spring folk songs and the lighting of bonfires. In Germany, the holiday is celebrated by dressing in costumes, playing pranks on people, and creating loud noises meant to keep evil at bay. There's also a thread detailing all of this, saying that it's the night of burning witches, but I can't access the tweet anymore, though there are no mentions of witches here. But what's interesting about this holiday is that it's celebrated on the night of April 30th and the day of May 1st. So people are saying that this is super significant because Gfriend disbanded in May of 2021. Now the date seems to be May 22nd, though I've seen some people cite May 17th and some people cite May 2nd as well, which I don't think that's right, but it doesn't matter because none of the dates really line up anyways, but they disbanded in May 2021, while the Sserafim debuted on May 2nd, 2022. So May 2nd would be the day after the Walpurgis Night. So a picture is starting to be painted here because people are saying that Gfriend's last concept was a modern witch concept and that LE SSERAFIM's debut concept was an angel concept, especially with their name, right? Sserafim, which of course refers to angels, and we see a lot of angel imagery in a lot of their teasers and stuff, and Unforgive It, you get the gist, right? The Seraphim are the highest order of angels in the pseudo-Dionysian hierarchic scheme. So it seems to all tie together, right? Gfriend's witch concept sent them out of Source Music, and a year later, a day after the Walpurgis Night, which is of course the name of Gfriend's last album, LE SSERAFIM then debut. The purging of witches and then the birth of angels type thing. There's also the fact that NewJeans' shareholder meeting was supposed to be held on April 30th, which is mentioned in this tweet, which we're at 70 million views now. So some people think that this is clear messaging in line with Dahn world. Let's move on to NewJeans because this is really interesting. There's an accusation that the lyrics to OMG are referring to Dahn world, and quite obviously as well. So of course in NewJeans' OMG, you guys have all heard the song before. Oh my god, Tan no Punia. So the lyrics, Tan no 뿐이야 translates to I only have you. But of course we have the word Dahn, right? And the emphasis on the Dahn no 뿐이야 has people speculating about a new meaning to this line. Dahn sounds like Dahn world, essentially translating to I only have Dahn world when interpreted as such. They also of course sing about oh my god, asking all the time about what I should do. So some people are speculating that rather than the song being about someone you're interested in, about like a crush, that it's actually about seeking guidance, that it's actually a message about Dahn world. Dahn world, I only have you. Someone even brought up a clip of the behind the scenes of the recording process of the song where someone's asking Danielle to put an emphasis on the word Dahn. It could be good if you can more clearly hear the word Dahn, which is read in the text on the screen. It's just Danielle's face here. She's just like, which if you want to look into the nitty-gritty details and like look into things a little too much, her face would tie into the whole Minhyejin theory about the OMG music video that we're about to get into. Because the theory is that Bang Si-hyuk wanted this messaging to be in NewJean's song, but that Minhyejin didn't want this, but ultimately she had to give in to it. But her way of rebelling against this messaging was through the music video, which is why they're saying that the setting of the OMG music video was in a mental hospital as a way to kind of say that people who follow cults are mentally ill. And then also in the music video, we have Hani speaking, and there are people pointing out that the way she said you in Korean was quite particular, was quite unique because the word for you in Korean is 당신. So the way she pronounced it almost sounded like 당신, Dan world, and shin meaning God. So like Dan God rather than you. I exist for you. I will run to you wherever you are. Whenever you call me, I will show you whatever you want me to show. I will speak for you. I will sing for you. What is it that you want from me?
저는 당신을 위해 존재합니다. 당신이 부르면
So instead of saying like 당신, it sounds like 당신. There are a couple other God references that have been pointed out, specifically when Minji asks, do you really think you're Siri? With the word shiri being like one letter off from shini, meaning God. And then in the screen cap, we can see that Hin is in a train, right? Now it's not obvious, but she's in Shinnim Station, so Shin God again. It is barely visible in the scene, but Eagle Eye fans have found it by zooming in. The unique choice is allegedly a reference to God or Shin. There's also bear symbolism in the music video. It is said that the cult reveres the myth of Tangun, in which the hero is the bear. I know, we're not done with the OMG music video. Another thing that people are pointing to is the fact that in Minhyejin's press conference, there were some Kakao Talk messages behind her, right? And in one of them, it makes mentions of her being threatened for the OMG music video. And also an overreaction with an Apple event. NewJeans had been personally invited to the Gangnam Apple Store opening by CEO Tim Cook. And then during the press conference, it seems that it was revealed that Hybe tried to give that event to another artist, but because of their personal invitation, of course they went. Minhyejin claimed in her text message that Hybe tried to snatch the event from her as a way to threaten her over the OMG music video. So that's where we're at with OMG. I'll give you a second to gather your thoughts before we move on to other NewJeans songs. The next theory we have is with the song ETA. So you know the part of the song where they're like mentioning people's names and you're like, so here are the lyrics. The day that only you didn't make it to my birthday party. The day that Haejin got scolded so much. The day that Jiwon broke up with his girlfriend. So we have a mention of Haejin and Jiwon. This is the part of, you know this part. This is the part of the song that went viral, you know. So they're saying that Jiwon in this song is reference to CEO Park Jiwon. And Haejin is supposed to be Minhyejin. And then the lyric, the day that only you didn't make it to my birthday party, would be in reference to Bang Si-hyuk and the way that he doesn't value NewJeans, because it seems that he didn't attend their debut congratulatory party. Then the day Haejin got scolded so much, that would be Minhyejin getting scolded. The day Jiwon broke up with his girlfriend, no idea what specifically that would be in reference to, but people are saying it's supposed to reference CEO Park Jiwon. Not only that, the entire song talks about the lies that a boy says. Hybe's management is made up of all men. This cracks me up. You just But interestingly, the person who took part in writing ETA seems to also have beef with Bang Si-hyuk. So Bin Zeno was apparently recruited to be in BTS by Bang Si-hyuk, but in Bin Zeno's song Hallelujah, this is what he says. During my underground days, a producer came to me and said this: if I work with him, all my wishes will come true. The last thing he said was the punchline. I could join him if I got jaw reduction surgery. I don't need your bulletproof. Like that, I declined to be your boy. So according to him, there was a potential that he could have been part of BTS, but he didn't want to get a jaw surgery requested to him by Park Ji-hyuk, allegedly. And then lastly, we have this graphic of Cool With You. It almost looks like God with you. So the C can almost be interpreted as a G, the O is a O, but the O and the L smushed together are kind of like a D. So God with you. So that's where we are for NewJeans songs, but those are not the only songs being accused of promoting a cult message. There's also BTS's Attack on Bangtan and ILLIT's Magnetic. So for Attack on Bangtan, this is another post from 2021 where the OP recalls a time that they were in elementary school, and it seems that their teacher was a follower of Dahn. The teacher claimed that the teacher would make the students repeat a phrase that they later found quoted word per word in the song. So basically, when this person first became an ARMY and they heard that song, it reminded them of that experience with that teacher. Every morning, the teacher would make us stand on our desks barefoot and do some breathing exercises, and she would always tell us to tighten our stomachs. I was shocked out of my mind when I heard the exact phrase as part of the lyrics to Attack on Bangtan. For over a decade, I've never heard anybody else say that, but then to hear it in a song? And then ILLIT's Magnetic. So we talked a bit before about brain education. So what does magnetism have to do with all of this? Well, it seems that the founder wrote a book titled Magnetic Meditation. And local downworld centers in Korea have been active in promoting using magnets to meditate the ILLIT way. Come to Jeongam Branch Downworld Meditation Center to learn magnetic meditation. So as with a lot of things as well, just keeping everything in mind, just like tighten your stomach can be something associated with downworld, it can also just be something you say, right? And just like magnetism is something related to love as well, it's also related to downworld. Do you know what I mean? I just don't want to get caught in the Kpop stan crossfires. I'm just here to provide the information, okay? Oh, a screenshot of a Google search result for downworld finger exercises have been circulating. So if we remember the choreography for Magnetic, ooh, 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 ooh. And then here are the screenshots in question. Do they look super similar? You can let me know what you think. I do want to address the shaman thing really quickly because I got some comments being like, why it's super common in Korea? Why are you judging her? I wasn't judging her. I don't remember saying anything that alluded to the fact that I thought it was silly or weird. I was just shocked for her because she mentioned BTS. So interestingly enough, I actually know the whole reason behind this. Like, I actually have some super exclusive information about this. Like, the reason this is all happening is because of aespa. Hot search, netizens noticed that since the release of aespa's drama, Korean industry has been full of drama, including dating rumors, cult allegations, Hybe versus NewJean debate, company scandals, celebrity beefs, encore debates, false allegations. I thought that was just so funny. Ziggy ziggy zag, I'm true. Because I go, picky picky bad, it's true. So here's the thing. I am still looking into this actively. And I have no doubt that now that this has gone viral, there's going to be so many people who are going to say like, oh, this is connected to Downworld and this idol did that thing that's connected to Downworld, but also those things independently exist outside of Downworld, right? So it's not concrete evidence that they have any ties to anything in particular, but it's like, if it is true, it could. Do you know what I mean? And like, there's Jungkook using a specific brand of soy sauce means that he's tied to like, do you know what I mean? Weverse as well. People are saying that the name for Weverse comes from the name Weaver's Mind, which is a company that runs a famous brain training academy. And actually some people are saying that the reason that NewJeans uses their own app for communication, that they don't use Weverse, that they use phoning instead, is because of this connection. Brain Study did release a statement saying that they have no connection. We do not have any ties to the establishment being mentioned. The things being mentioned are completely untrue, and we will be taking the necessary legal action. And we do also have Hybe, who have said that they're looking into these accusations. So Hybe reports to Sports Donga that they are currently looking into various allegations raised online in regards to the company, such as hoarding judgment, concept theft, and cult association. So I've seen some people being like, how are you looking into yourself? Do you know what I mean? But this is the information that we have as of now. I'd absolutely love to know what you think, while also keeping in mind that having a certain association to something that has a certain association to something else doesn't mean that you have an association to that something else. But of course, there's a possibility that you could, but it doesn't inherently mean it anyways. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. These are the lovely individuals who help support my channel on a monthly basis. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. As for me, I'm gonna get going, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye. I'm just wondering how I'm gonna put all of this in a short. Like, where do I start?